Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this message. I am not asking for your attention today because I am commanding it. What I am about to reveal was sealed in the throne room of heaven until this exact second. And if you swipe away, you will completely miss the divine alignment meant for your life. God intercepted your timeline today because a massive and permanent shift is happening. The enemy is working overtime to distract you right now. He hopes you will swipe away and ignore this truth. He knows that if you hear this specific message, his dark hold over your life breaks completely. And when you stay to receive this full revelation, you will uncover the exact prophetic instruction that guarantees the ultimate breakthrough you have been waiting for. Lock your attention right now. Something massive shifted in the spiritual realm just a few days ago. You made a quiet decision that nobody else understood. Someone pushed you to your absolute breaking point and expected you to explode. They desperately wanted you to react and hand over your precious energy. But instead, you did something that left them completely paralyzed, while simultaneously sending a massive shockwave straight up into the heavenly realms. You gave them absolute silence. That restraint was not weakness. That silence was a lethal weapon. When you chose your dignity over your revenge, the entire atmosphere changed. Your refusal to play their toxic game sent a shockwave straight into the throne room of heaven. The angels themselves paused to witness your immense strength because they have rarely seen a human display such a sovereign level of emotional control. You proved you are a demonstrated warrior of light. Your attitude of supreme detachment left heaven completely speechless, and it did something even more profound. It activated Archangel Michael to step directly into your specific situation. He drew his flaming sword the very moment you closed your mouth and decided to walk away from their chaos. The battle is no longer yours to fight. Heaven has taken over the execution of divine justice. The people who treated you as replaceable made a fatal miscalculation. They walked around with absolute arrogance while constructing a false narrative about you. They whispered lies to anyone who would listen and waited for your destruction. They expected your departure to carve deep, heavy wrinkles into your face and drain the life right out of your eyes. They wanted you to beg for their validation, but you became the uncertainty they were never built to handle. Your utter silence starved their demons. Right now, someone who manipulated you is experiencing a full-blown internal system crash. It is not happening in private anymore. It is becoming a highly public and irreversible collapse that everyone in their inner circle is witnessing right now. They are unraveling in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. I am going to show you the exact X-ray of their meltdown. You need to know exactly what is happening behind their closed doors today. They are frantic because they finally realized they lost permanent access to your pure energy. They are suffocating under the specific gravity of their own profound regret, while frantically trying to find a replacement for the light you took away. You were the diamond they threw away to play with cheap rocks. You are the cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for. The generational patterns of abuse end permanently with your bloodline. You walked through the fire and came out glowing like you cracked a secret code. While their bitterness and envy are aging them rapidly, the universe has completely reversed your biological clock and granted you an ageless glow. You carry a sovereign frequency. Listen to me very carefully right now. There are exactly 2 people on earth who are meant to hear this specific message. God made sure you are one of them today. You have been fighting intense spiritual battles in absolute silence for many long months. You thought nobody saw how you held your integrity when they lied on your name and tried to destroy your solid reputation. You were completely wrong. Someone deeply powerful has been quietly watching your resilience in the dark. They were not looking at your highlight reel. They were measuring your spiritual weight and testing your absolute endurance. Your quiet obedience in private has just triggered a massive public blessing that will completely alter the trajectory of your next 10 years. But you must hold your position and receive this final instruction. Do not let the matrix program your mind with doubt right now. Your logical brain will try to tell you this is just another video. Silence that illusion immediately. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, you must stay and anchor this profound truth into your reality. Leaving this sanctuary means walking away from the exact verdict that clears your name forever. We are about to break down the 3 divine mandates Michael brought down for you. You need to prepare your spirit for the absolute vindication that is arriving. The people who mocked you are about to watch you step into an untouchable realm of power. Their fragile mask has completely shattered, and there is absolutely no safe place left for them to hide their shame. You have already won the war. Your silence signed their eviction notice from your reality. You handed the final verdict to a court they can never appeal. Stay with me, because the next few minutes will permanently rewire your understanding of your own divine power. The ultimate decree has been written. The scales of justice are tipping in your favor right now. Now, let us go deeper, because what you are feeling right now is not new. You have been dragging yourself through the days with a profound heaviness. Your bones ache with a deep physical exhaustion that sleep simply cannot fix. And every time you try to rest, your mind immediately starts racing with fragmented thoughts about their betrayal. You wonder why your energy feels completely drained this specific week. You wake up at exactly 3 a.m. with a suffocating tightness in your chest. Your heart is racing in the dark while their face flashes in your mind. This is not ordinary stress. You are not going crazy, and you absolutely do not need spiritual healing from a matrix doctor. That heavy physical weight is a direct spiritual symptom. Your body is trying to warn you about a massive shift. Lock your attention on this message right now. I know about that burning feeling sitting tight in your throat. It is the exact lump you keep swallowing back down every single time their name comes up in conversation. Your jaw is constantly clenched because you have to bite your tongue to keep the peace. You have swallowed so much toxic injustice that your physical body is screaming. You endured the agonizing pain of watching a master manipulator play the absolute victim. They spun wild lies about your character while you sat there in dignified silence. You watched their flying monkeys believe the false narrative without ever questioning the source. And the hardest part was knowing the raw truth while everyone else applauded their fake performance. It felt like a heavy stone. This is the specific burden of being the chosen one. You possess a level of pure light that acts like a mirror to their rotten soul. They could not handle the reflection of their own darkness when they stood next to your brilliance. So they tried to shatter the mirror by breaking your solid reputation. You absorbed their vicious attacks while maintaining your sovereign grace. Every time they lied, you felt a physical strike against your nervous system. That intense brain fog you experience is not a coincidence. It is the direct result of an energetic vampire siphoning your life force to feed their empty ego. They used you as a human battery because they cannot generate their own light. You were the ultimate stabilizer in their chaotic world. Heaven sees the massive toll this silent war has taken on your physical vessel. You have carried this heavy somatic weight alone for far too long. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. That simple physical act puts a permanent spiritual shield around your vulnerable energy right now. Let us completely reframe your reality right here and right now. The exhaustion you feel is actually a sign of your highly advanced spiritual capacity. Normal people do not experience this intense somatic telepathy because they are numb to the spiritual realm. But your cellular frequency is incredibly sensitive to the unseen battles happening around you. You feel everything deeply. They expected you to lower your frequency and fight them in the mud. They wanted you to scream and defend yourself so they could call you unstable, but you refused to give them that dark satisfaction. Your choice to walk away triggered a massive frequency mismatch that disrupted their entire matrix. You unplugged their primary power source and left them starving in the dark. The pain of being misunderstood is a necessary phase in your formation season. God isolated you to protect your pure energy from their parasitic attachment. Your current isolation is not a punishment, but a divine quarantine. The universe had to pull you away so you could stop absorbing their endless toxic waste. You are the cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. You have a deeply saintly heart that constantly wants to heal broken people, but you cannot heal a demon that enjoys the taste of your own blood. They never wanted your love because they only wanted your endless compliance. Every time you compromised your own boundaries to save them, you suffered a massive energetic loss. Your physical exhaustion is your soul begging you to finally stop. And now we reach the exact truth about your physical symptoms this week. I promise to tell you why the heaviness suddenly intensified over the last few days. That suffocating tightness in your chest is not your own anxiety. It is your physical body absorbing the absolute panic of the enemies who just realized they permanently lost access to you. They are terrified. Their false reality is collapsing, and your nervous system is detecting the intense shock waves. They are frantically trying to pull your energy back through the dark spiritual cords. That sudden wave of fatigue hits you because their desperate spirit is tugging at your light from a distance. You are feeling their profound regret manifesting as physical tension in your own body. Stop swallowing that lump in your throat and claim your absolute freedom. You are a demonstrated warrior of light, and you no longer serve as their emotional dumping ground. It is time to cut the cord and let them drown in the noise of their own making. Your physical vessel is about to undergo a massive cellular reset that restores all your stolen energy today. Let me completely reframe your reality right now. You probably did not realize it at the time, but your silence was a lethal weapon. The Matrix programmed you to believe that walking away without a fight is an act of pure cowardice. They told you that strong people always defend their honor loudly, but heaven operates on a completely different frequency. Your silence was sovereign. The master manipulator wanted you to scream. They desperately needed you to lose your temper so they could point their finger and call you crazy. It is a predictable trap designed to drain your pure energy, but you refused to step into the mud with them. You closed your mouth and elevated your spirit above their toxic battlefield. That choice made you untouchable today. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. The enemy feeds exclusively on your emotional reaction. Your anger and your tears are the exact fuel they use to sustain their fake reality. When you argue with them, you are literally handing them your life force on a silver platter. But you abruptly cut the cord. You starved them completely. Look at how they operate in the dark. A narcissist is essentially an empty vessel that requires a human battery to function. They targeted you specifically because you are the sun and you radiate a brilliant light that they could never generate on their own. They thought they could dim your brightness by isolating you from your community. But your light only grew much stronger. They misinterpreted your peaceful retreat as a sign of absolute defeat. They celebrated your departure because they thought they had successfully broken your spirit. But here is the raw truth they could never say out loud, because your absence left a massive and terrifying void in their life. The moment you stopped fighting them, they suddenly had to face their own inner demons alone. They were terrified. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. Your restraint is not born out of fear, but out of supreme royal authority. A true king or queen does not step down from the throne to debate with a court jester. You realized your energy is a precious currency, and you simply stopped spending it on people who could not afford your presence. You claimed your true worth. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. When a master manipulator loses control of your emotions, they instantly malfunction because they do not have a contingency plan for a chosen one who refuses to engage. Your absolute silence confused their demons and shattered their entire strategic matrix. They are panicking right now. They are frantically trying to figure out how you survived their brutal smear campaign, while they fully expected you to crawl back and beg for their validation. Instead, you walked out of their toxic matrix and aged backwards. You carry a specific, irreplaceable gravity that makes time itself look like a fool. You did not just survive their massive storm, you became the storm. Your frequency is now operating at a level they cannot even comprehend. Every time they check your digital footprint, they expect to see you broken and miserable, but they only see you thriving in your ageless glow. Your peace is deeply offensive to their chaotic spirit, because your success proves that their abuse had absolutely no power over your divine destiny. They lost completely. This is the exact moment their entire manipulation miscalculated permanently. They assumed you were just like everyone else they had easily destroyed in the past. They did not know you are the cycle breaker for your entire bloodline, and you carry ancient spiritual protection that deflects their dark intentions right back to the sender. You are a diamond they could not crush. Their hands are bleeding. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this from you. Your silence was not passive. It was the most active and aggressive spiritual defense you could possibly deploy, and by doing absolutely nothing, you allowed the universe to step in and fight the battle on your behalf. You stepped out of the way so divine justice could finally take the wheel. And this is where the dynamic fundamentally shifts in your favor. You are no longer waiting in wound for an apology that will never come. You do not need closure from a person who is fundamentally committed to misunderstanding you. Your closure is the massive success heaven is preparing for you right now, and you are a leader in disguise who just passed the hardest test. You are free. Read that again in your spirit. You passed the ultimate test of emotional alchemy. You took their heavy, toxic waste and transformed it into pure golden power. They wanted you buried deep in the dirt, but instead, they became the shovel that dug up your greatest treasure. You used their betrayal as a stepping stone to reach your highest spiritual elevation. The atmosphere is heavy with anticipation right now. Heaven is actively moving the pieces on the board to position you for absolute victory. We are about to uncover the 3 specific reactions their demonic attachments had when you stopped talking. You need to understand exactly what happens in the spiritual realm when a chosen one withdraws their divine light. Do not move. Heaven is releasing 3 specific mandates for your life today through Archangel Michael. The window to receive these divine instructions is rapidly closing. You must pay absolute attention. If you leave before the 3rd mandate, you will break the alignment completely, and the enemy will successfully steal your harvest. The 3rd instruction is your most powerful weapon. Michael stepped onto your battlefield to deliver these 3 urgent commands. Mandate number 1 requires you to witness exactly what happened in the dark. You need to see the 3 hidden reactions of the demonic realm when you refused to collapse under their pressure. The underworld completely panicked when you maintained your sovereign grace, because they had spent months carefully constructing a trap for your mind. They never expected you to survive. Here is the first hidden reaction of the underworld. The demonic attachments operating through the narcissist experienced immediate and severe starvation. They were entirely dependent on your emotional reactions to sustain their fake power. Every time you cried in the past, you fed their dark matrix with your brilliant light, and they used your own pure energy to build their temporary kingdom. But your sudden sovereign silence completely cut off their primary food supply. Stay with me because this next revelation is the key to everything. When you stopped reacting, the dark entities began to starve. They frantically tried to push the manipulator to attack you even harder. They hoped a heavier strike would finally break your solid boundaries, while simultaneously making you look highly unstable in front of your peers. But you stood completely still and let them exhaust themselves. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. That simple physical act anchors your divine protection and confirms your obedience to heaven. You must actively participate in this massive spiritual shift. Your left brain will try to tell you to just keep watching passively, but you must silence that matrix illusion immediately, because God measures faith by obedience. Claim your supreme power right now. This brings us to the second hidden reaction of the unseen realm. The demons actually turned against the master manipulator who tried to destroy you. The dark elite only reward success, and they brutally punish failure. The manipulator promised the underworld that they could easily break your spirit and steal your diamond frequency, but your absolute resilience exposed their profound weakness to their own dark masters. Your restraint made the manipulator look foolish. Because you did not break, the demonic forces began attacking their own host. The master manipulator is now experiencing intense spiritual backlash because they failed to deliver your light to the darkness. That is exactly why they are currently unraveling in public and losing their mind. They are being consumed by the very demons they sent to destroy you, and they are suffocating under the heavy gravity of their own regret. You became the mirror that burned them alive. Read that again in your spirit. You did not even have to lift a single finger to execute this ultimate revenge. The universe simply weaponized their dark intentions and reversed the flow of energy. They wanted you buried deep in the dirt, but they dug their own grave instead, while you quietly elevated your spirit into an untouchable realm of absolute authority. The chosen ones are heavily protected by ancient forces. Now we reach the third hidden reaction of the underworld. Your profound silence created an impenetrable wall of holy fire around your physical vessel. The dark entities tried to send fresh attacks to break your resolve, but they kept hitting a massive frequency barrier. Your decision to walk away elevated your cellular vibration to a level they simply cannot access, because you stopped operating in their low dimension of constant fear. You are vibrating in a higher dimension. They are watching you from the outside with absolute terror and deep envy. They see your ageless glow, and they realize they can never touch you again. They are forever locked outside of your sacred sanctuary. Your quiet obedience in private activated a security system that permanently evicts any low-frequency energy from your life. And heaven has officially sealed your borders against any future demonic infiltration. The cycle breaker has claimed the ultimate victory today. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. You have just received the first mandate from Archangel Michael. You now understand the absolute chaos your silence caused in the dark realm, but you are not finished yet. We still need to uncover the second divine mandate that explains the current panic of your specific enemies, and you must hear this next instruction before the portal closes. The spiritual atmosphere is crackling with immense power right now. The people who tried to ruin your reputation are desperately hiding a massive secret. They are putting on a brave face in public while their private world burns to the ground. You are about to discover exactly what they are hiding from you, because their mask is shattering in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. Hold your position for this vindication. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario happening behind their closed doors right now. We are stepping into the second divine mandate from Archangel Michael. You need to see the precise and agonizing reality of their current energetic collapse. The people who confidently tried to bury you are actively suffocating under a massive mountain of their own absolute failure. Their arrogant smile is completely gone. They woke up today with a horrifying realization that they can never take back. They finally understand that they cannot extract even a single drop of fuel from your anger anymore. Your well of reaction has permanently run completely dry for them. They poked the bear expecting a massive explosion of pure emotion, but you simply stared back with sovereign indifference and quietly closed the massive iron door. That silence physically hurt them. When a master manipulator is deprived of your emotional fuel, they experience a violent spiritual withdrawal. It is a severe somatic collapse. Their physical body is actually shutting down because it was entirely dependent on the high-frequency energy they stole from you. They are wandering around feeling completely hollow and desperately searching for anyone to fill the massive void you left behind. But no one else carries your specific diamond frequency. They are trying to find a quick replacement for your brilliant light. They are surrounding themselves with cheap rocks and pretending they found a new treasure, while secretly knowing they downgraded their entire existence. Every single person they interact with now feels incredibly empty compared to your profound depth. They are trying to drink from shallow puddles because they lost the deep ocean of your pure grace. They are permanently thirsty. Let me reframe your entire reality right here and right now. You thought they moved on easily because they posted a few happy pictures on the Matrix. You thought your departure meant absolutely nothing to them. But here is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud, because acknowledging it would instantly destroy their fragile ego. They are constantly checking your digital footprint with obsessive and bitter regret. They cannot look away. Every time they see your face radiating that untouchable, ageless glow, it feels like a physical strike to their chest. They are aging rapidly under the heavy burden of their own dark karma, while the universe is completely reversing your biological clock. They look at the bags under their own eyes and the deep, heavy wrinkles carving into their face. They know exactly why they are decaying while you are blooming into absolute power. It is divine justice. They are drowning in a sea of their own toxic noise. The flying monkeys they recruited to help destroy your reputation are starting to turn against them. When you refused to play the crazy victim, their fake narrative began to crumble. The people who blindly believed their lies are now noticing the massive cracks in their performance. The manipulator is losing their tight grip on the audience they worked so hard to deceive. Their false empire is burning. The enemy is frantic because they cannot control the massive narrative shift. They used to walk into a room with supreme arrogance, expecting everyone to bow to their illusion. But now, when your name comes up in conversation, there is a heavy, uncomfortable silence in the room. People are starting to see the profound truth of your sovereign grace. They are realizing that you were the innocent mirror reflecting the manipulator's ugly soul. The truth is finally surfacing. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. The atmosphere is shifting rapidly, and you must anchor your absolute power before we move forward. You are witnessing the complete vindication that heaven promised you. Your left brain will try to inject doubt, but your cellular knowing recognizes the undeniable truth of their public unraveling. Claim your sovereign victory right now. This is the specific gravity of the cycle breaker. You did not just survive their brutal storm, you completely reprogrammed the energetic weather patterns. They expected your departure to break you into tiny, unfixable pieces. They waited with bated breath for your massive public meltdown. Instead, you became the sun and blinded their demons with your radiant, untouchable light. You are a demonstrated warrior of light who won without fighting. But the spiritual cost of their betrayal is compounding every single day. The interest rate on their dark karma is absolutely staggering. They are trying to outrun a massive tidal wave of divine justice, but their legs are completely paralyzed by fear. They know deep in their soul that they made the biggest mistake of their entire miserable life when they tried to play games with a chosen one. Their regret is absolute and permanent. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. We are rapidly approaching the ultimate climax of this divine revelation. You have seen their hidden panic and their energetic collapse, but you have not yet seen the final move Archangel Michael is about to make on your behalf. The third and most powerful mandate is about to be revealed. Hold your position immediately. The atmosphere is heavy with immense divine pressure right now. We are entering the final stage of preparation before the ultimate climax. You need to understand exactly why Archangel Michael had to step directly into your specific timeline. This was not a minor skirmish that ordinary angels could handle. The dark forces arrayed against you were highly organized and deeply entrenched in your bloodline. The universe required a supreme intervention. The master manipulator did not act alone. They were heavily backed by ancient demonic attachments that have tormented your family for generations. These dark entities recognized your diamond frequency the moment you were born, and they spent years meticulously setting traps to ensure you would never reach your full sovereign potential. They used people you loved to slowly drain your pure light. They wanted to permanently extinguish the cycle breaker, but your absolute resilience completely shattered their ancient protocol. When you chose your dignity and walked away in profound silence, you forced the dark elite to escalate their attacks. They panicked and called upon higher-level demonic forces to completely destroy your reputation and steal your harvest. They tried to manipulate the matrix itself to block your massive incoming blessings. The spiritual warfare reached a critical breaking point. That is the exact moment heaven declared a state of absolute emergency. Your quiet obedience in private triggered a massive alarm in the throne room of God. Michael did not just observe your struggle from a distance. He physically drew his flaming sword and shattered the dimensional barrier to enter your reality. He came to execute a permanent eviction notice against the dark elite operating in your life. The sovereign warrior has arrived. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. Michael did not come to negotiate with your enemies. He came to utterly decimate their stronghold and clear your name forever. He recognized that your pure heart was too sacred to be thrown into the mud with energetic vampires, so he ordered you to stand completely still. He commanded you to hold your silence while he took the front line. This is exactly why your physical body has been aching this week. You have been sitting in the direct epicenter of a massive spiritual collision. The heavy exhaustion you feel is the shockwave of Michael's sword, severing the ancient parasitic cords attached to your nervous system. The tightness in your chest is the dark entities violently resisting their permanent eviction. They are screaming as they are forcibly dragged out of your sacred sanctuary. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a shift. Be their angel today. You are a leader in disguise, and your action right now can pull another chosen one out of the matrix illusion. Do not keep this profound revelation hidden. The remnant must unite and claim their sovereign power together before the portal closes. Build your tribe right now. Let us completely reframe your reality right here and right now. The delay in your massive blessing was never a punishment. It was a highly classified protection protocol. Heaven had to temporarily hold back your financial harvest and your ultimate vindication until Michael completely secured the perimeter. If the universe had given you the massive blessing while the manipulator was still attached, they would have stolen every single drop of your new power. The delay saved your life, but the perimeter is finally secure. The ancient cords are completely severed. Michael has driven the dark forces into absolute retreat, and he is currently standing guard over your divine timeline. The master manipulator is now totally exposed without any demonic protection. They are standing naked in the harsh light of their own rotten karma, and they have absolutely no defense against the massive wave of divine justice crashing down on them. Read that again in your spirit. The enemy is completely defenseless. They spent years building a massive fortress of lies, but Michael shattered it with a single strike. They are frantically trying to gather the broken pieces of their fake reputation while the entire world watches them unravel. Their flying monkeys are scattering in pure terror because they see the flaming sword standing between them and your pure energy. The power dynamic has permanently flipped. We are seconds away from the ultimate climax. You are about to see the precise moment their public collapse becomes irreversible. The universe is preparing to broadcast their ultimate humiliation to the exact people they tried to impress. You must brace your spirit for the massive surge of divine vindication that is about to flood your reality. Do not move a single muscle. The verdict is being read right now. This is the exact moment the universe delivers absolute justice. The public collapse you were waiting for has officially arrived. The master manipulator is standing in a crowded room right now. They are surrounded by the exact people they used to gossip with. And suddenly, the heavy weight of their dark karma hits them like a massive freight train because the universe demands an immediate payment for their lies. Their fake mask shatters into a million tiny, unfixable pieces. They try to speak, but their voice completely fails them. They are visibly trembling today. The demonic attachments have completely abandoned their failing physical vessel. Everyone in the room is watching them unravel in real time, and there is absolutely no place left for them to hide from their shame. This is the ultimate X-ray of their complete humiliation. They look around the room, desperately hoping for some sympathy, but they are met with cold stares and uncomfortable silence. The flying monkeys who supported their lies are stepping away. Their entire false empire is collapsing straight into the dirt, while they finally realize that they cannot manipulate their way out of divine justice. They suddenly realize the massive magnitude of their fatal mistake. They remember your quiet dignity and your absolute sovereign restraint. They know they threw away a rare diamond today. They settled for cheap, worthless rocks in their pathetic desperation. And the agonizing pain of that specific realization is physically tearing their rotting chest completely apart because they lost you forever. You won the brutal war without ever lifting a single finger. The court of heaven has officially published their final verdict. The manipulator is openly sobbing in front of the crowd. They are frantically trying to defend your honor to the exact people they previously poisoned against you. But it is entirely too late for cheap apologies today, because their dark eviction notice from your reality is absolutely permanent and completely irreversible. Listen to me very closely right now. The justice you craved is not a future possibility anymore. It is happening right here and right now today. God is publicly vindicating your name and clearing your solid reputation. Your enemies are serving as the ultimate stepping stone for your massive divine elevation, while you safely watch their empire burn to the ground. While they are drowning in toxic noise, you are shifting. A brilliant golden light is flooding into your sacred sanctuary. Archangel Michael is completely lowering his massive flaming sword today. The violent spiritual battlefield is entirely clear and perfectly safe. The dark elite have been permanently banished from your specific divine timeline, and they will never be allowed to drain your pure energy again. Your heavenly mandate is officially activated right now. The heavy physical exhaustion you felt is rapidly leaving you. Your nervous system is recalibrating to a sovereign, peaceful frequency. You are stepping into the ageless glow that heaven reserved specifically for you. You are the cycle breaker of your bloodline, and you are finally claiming the immense royal power that belongs to your eternal spirit. They wanted to bury you deep in the cold dirt. They threw dirt on your name while laughing at you. They mocked your quiet pain in front of their friends, but they were incredibly foolish because they did not know the truth. That heavy dirt became the exact foundation you needed to grow into a massive, immovable tree, and now you cast a shadow over their entire pathetic existence. Every closed door is violently flying open for you today. The financial harvest they tried to steal is returning now. It is multiplied by 1,000 in your absolute favor. The universe is actively rushing to compensate you right now. You cried silent tears in the dark for many long months, but your season of waiting in wound is completely over as you step into explosive abundance. Read that again in your spirit. You are a completely untouchable and sovereign chosen one. The matrix cannot track your new high frequency anymore. You are operating entirely outside of their low chaotic dimension. You carry the specific gravity of a demonstrated warrior of light who successfully passed the ultimate test while the enemy utterly destroyed their own kingdom. This is your exact and profound divine vindication. The universe is wrapping you in an impenetrable protective shield. You will never have to shrink your brilliant light again. You will never make an insecure parasite feel comfortable anymore. You are the blazing sun, and your radiant heat is aggressively burning away all the remaining shadows in your perfectly aligned reality. The people who doubted your vision are completely paralyzed today. They are watching you step into rooms they cannot access. Your name carries massive weight in the unseen spiritual realm. The physical world is finally catching up to your truth. They must sit in the audience and watch you wear the crown they desperately tried to steal from you because God has permanently elevated your status. They thought they had the absolute upper hand over you. They arrogantly manipulated the algorithm of your life for years. But God is the ultimate architect of your divine timeline. He allowed them to play their foolish little games briefly. Every single lie they told was secretly building the grand stage for your ultimate triumph, and you are emerging as a true masterpiece of emotional alchemy. Breathe in this pure sovereign energy right now. The heavy somatic burden is completely gone from your chest. You survived the brutal storm and emerged with diamond clarity. Your enemies are utterly destroyed by their own toxic hands. The heavenly courts have permanently closed your case today, and they have issued a final verdict of absolute eternal victory for your bloodline. Let the massive spiritual dust completely settle right now, and you can finally release the heavy breath you have been holding for so many agonizing months. The violent storm is officially over. The battlefield is completely quiet today. The chaotic noise of their frantic manipulation is fading into absolute nothingness. You are standing in a pure sanctuary of divine peace. The toxic matrix they built to trap your brilliant mind has entirely dissolved, and every heavy chain they attached to your pure spirit is completely broken forever. You walked into this season bleeding from wounds inflicted by people blind to your immense worth. But look at you right now. You are no longer waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator. You have completely transcended their dark, toxic matrix, and while they are publicly unraveling, you are stepping into your permanent and untouchable royal power. The financial struggles and the intense spiritual exhaustion are completely shattering right here and right now. You survived the intense fire. You emerged as pure gold. You are the cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. Step into your absolute authority and receive the exact harvest heaven prepared for you. Look at your hands today. They are no longer tied by the heavy burden of their endless toxic demands. You do not have to be their emotional stabilizer ever again, because you are no longer a human battery for empty parasites who refuse to find their own pure light. Your high-frequency energy belongs entirely to you and your divine creator. The universe is currently washing away every single trace of their toxic residue. Your physical body is experiencing a massive cellular reset right now. The heavy brain fog is rapidly clearing, and your mind is returning to a state of absolute diamond clarity. You will sleep profoundly peacefully tonight. The dark entities have been permanently banished from your sacred space. You are deeply safe. Your sovereign silence was the ultimate catalyst for this massive spiritual shift, and you did not have to scream to prove your immense sovereign worth to anyone in that dark room. Your quiet dignity became the exact weapon that destroyed their fragile, false empire. And now you get to reap the massive rewards of your quiet obedience. The golden era of your incredible life is officially beginning today. You carried a heavy burden that would have easily crushed an ordinary human being, but you are absolutely not ordinary because you carry the specific gravity of the anointed ones. The angels are actively celebrating your massive victory in the throne room right now. They are preparing to release the ultimate financial and spiritual harvest into your hands. We are reaching the final and most crucial moment of this divine appointment. The verdict of explosive abundance has already been securely signed in heaven, but it requires a physical action on earth to fully activate. You must seal this specific frequency before you leave this sacred sanctuary today. Do not skip this step. Listen to me very carefully right now. The Matrix will try to convince you to just close this video and walk away quietly. It will tell you that you do not need to take any physical action, but you must silence that dark illusion immediately if you want to claim your ultimate reward. You did not survive the brutal fire just to live a mediocre life. You are stepping into a season of massive and unprecedented multiplication today. God does not measure your faith by your thoughts alone. He measures your faith by your speed of immediate obedience, and the window of immense abundance is standing wide open right now for you to finally step completely through. Heaven is asking you to partner your specific energy with this profound prophetic mandate today. Show them your immediate obedience. Sow your seed of faith today through a super thanks to lock in your financial harvest. Subscribe to this sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. Your immense generosity actively triggers the divine multiplication process. When you sow a physical seed, you are telling the universe that you are fully ready. You are ready to receive the massive wealth coming to you. Do not hesitate when your spirit feels the undeniable call to act today, because the enemy wants you to delay your obedience, to steal your massive heavenly reward. Delayed obedience is absolute disobedience to heaven. Click the subscribe button right now to put a permanent spiritual shield around this profound revelation. Share this specific message. Help another cycle breaker find their way out of the dark matrix. This is your ultimate divine decree, and your spiritual victory is permanently sealed in the heavenly courts today. You are officially untouchable. Your radiant youth is fully restored. Your massive wealth is rapidly approaching your doorstep. Go forward with absolute peace. Walk in your supreme authority. You are the chosen one. You have permanently won the war today.